On behalf of the Vernal City Council and the mayor and the city employees, we want to welcome you all to our opening of our building, and I want to thank you all for coming. Before we get started, I want to excuse the mayor. He is not here today. He's in Washington, D.C., and I know that the council and the employees surely wish he were here to share this day with us. I want to recognize my other council members. We have Bert Clark and Sonia Norton, Caldy, where's Caldy back there, and Ted Mumford. And we're just delighted to welcome you to this new facility. And we think it's a gift to the community, and we hope you wear it out because it's here for you to use. I want to give you a little bit of explanation, background about how this came to be. Several years ago, we realized that our courtroom was out of compliance, that the building was getting too small, that we were not able to do the technology things we needed to do with that building. And we knew that we were going to have to do something, and we had remodeled it and remodeled it and remodeled it, and we knew that something else had to happen. About that same time, fortunately for Vernal, we had an economic boom, and there was a lot of sales money coming into the community, sales tax, and we realized that this would be a prime opportunity for us to invest that money into something that would stand the test of time, that would be a gift to the community, and that would be something the community could use. So the council talked about several projects of what we could do with that money that we were getting, and we felt like moving to a new, actually it is not a new office building, it's our very first office building. We've never had our own building before, we've always been in somebody else's. But we decided to move towards this, and there were a couple of other things that figured into that. One day I was talking to Judge McClellan, and he said, "Joanne, don't you think it's about time you realize what Vernal City does is important, and you need a place to do important things?" And I think this is it. I think this is a great place to do the important work that our city does. And I think another thing that figured into that was when people come to our community and they're talking about investing here or building here or starting a company here, we want them to come to a place that says this is a thriving, progressive, positive community that's willing to reinvest in itself, and that this is a up and coming community. And we feel really strongly that this building does that. Several years ago, well, actually 3 years ago, we started going to other communities to look at what other communities had done with their buildings and pick something we like. And after about, I think it was our 12th business or city that we had visited, we stopped in at South Ogden, and we loved their building and the things about it. So we kind of borrowed South Ogden's recipe. I'm not going to pretend for a minute that this was our idea. And at that point, we checked with, we figured out who had designed that building, and it was a wonderful group of people from Salt Lake, JRCA, and we're delighted to have those folks with us today. Jim Childs is the head of that firm, Scott, who was the project manager on this, and Lisa, who nearly pulled her hair out trying to help us pick out all of the furnishings for the building. But she is the person who's given the building its personality and its design and the feel for what's there, and they have been delightful to work with, and we are so glad that we ran into them. Then we had an opportunity to put that building up for bids, and we did that certainly with the help of the CIB board and the backing of the county commissioners, who are also here today, and we appreciate you folks coming and celebrating with us. But the commissioners and the folks from Naples City backed us on this project, and the CIB provided the bulk of the funding for us, and I think they should, because the bulk of the funding comes from our community and our county. So I'm quite willing to go out and beg to get our money back. But we really appreciate them supporting that, and the CIB helping us do that. We let our bids out, and we were pleased to have Big D Construction win the bid for us, and we have some folks here from Big D. I believe Kenton Wall is the project manager, and he's here. Kenton, where are you? Back there. Thank you, Kenton. And this has been a kind of a fun project because we elected to make it a LEED building, which means that it's environmentally has some environmental criteria to it. And I think it's the first public building in Vernal that will be heated and cooled with thermal coils. And that was one of the things that was an issue for us getting going on this, because we found that, like the movie, a river runs through it, and we had some problems dealing with groundwater. But this is going to be one of the first environmentally appropriate buildings in our community, and we're delighted to step up and no pun intended, take the lead on moving towards doing that sort of thing. But I think that we also would like to thank our employees who have been patient and have been willing to do the work to move over and get this building set up. And there are at least 3 or 4 employees that really deserve our appreciation today. One of them is poor GJ, who has had to balance whose computer was the most important and whose phone needed to be working, and he's put all of that together and done a wonderful job. GJ's over here. The other hero in making all of this happen is, if we had money to send him to Disneyland, we would, and that's Danny Anderson. Danny, where are you?
He's at Scout Camp.
He's at Scout Camp. We need him back here to unlock a door. But Danny has just gone above and beyond to work on that project, and weekly, Ken and the mayor and Danny met with the folks from Big D to see that we were on track. And I want you to know that the mayor has been very hands-on in this project. He attended those weekly meetings. He was instrumental in selecting the patriotic grouping of artwork that's in the hall. And this is his building too. And we accept it today in his recognition, as well as the rest of the community and the city. So I wanted to tell you about a couple of features with the building, and probably the most important one for me is the community room that's here. And as you go into the chamber, I want you to walk in, and your first thing you'll say is, there are not that many people who are ever going to come to a city council meeting. Why would they? But that community room is for you. And if you're having an anniversary or a reception or a class reunion or some kind of gathering, we want you to know that that community room was built for the community, and it's yours as a kitchen. And we would like you to use it and feel like it's yours. And at this point, I think there's no cost attached to that. It is for you. But as the day proceeds, we'd like you to go through the building. The employees are going to be here to show you around and tell you what happens in their areas. But we're just so pleased to have you here, and we're delighted to do that. We're going to have our groundbreaking over here, and we'd like our partners from the Chamber of Commerce, the Dynamites, to come over. We've got some young kids who are going to help us cut the ribbons, because this ribbon is really for the future and for the community. So we've asked the kids if they would cut the ribbon for us. So let's have the Dynamites and the future taxpayers come over here, and thank you very much for coming. Where are our big scissors?
Welcome to our new municipal center, your new city hall. It's a pleasure to have you here, and it's wonderful for me to have this opportunity to give you a little glimpse of what our new municipal center looks like. Please follow me. We're now in our City Council room, which is also our Justice Court room. This is a room that really the important business of the city is transacted in, as well as for the court. The judge holds court here 3 times a week, and the council meetings, of course, and the court sessions never coincide with each other. The room really represents, I believe, the dignity of the whole community, and that's why it has been architecturally designed as it is. It's a beautiful room, some beautiful cherry wood features in it that you see, and it presents, I think, as people walk in, a very dignified kind of room to be in to transact the business. Council meets twice a month on the first and third Wednesdays of the month. Here to my side is where the staff is. You have myself and the recorder and the planner and the finance director, and then over here, of course, our 6 elected officials, 5 council members, and the mayor. And the meetings are held at night, and generally we do have several people that like to attend our council meetings. Now we're going to be able to go and see our new community room. This is one of the larger rooms of our city office, and it was intended to be used really for community functions and community events. So let's go into the community room. This is the community room adjoining our city council room and the courtroom. In fact, one of the benefits we have is there is a divider. If we need an extra space, we can open both rooms together. The community room here in the Municipal Center is for the purpose of allowing organizations, individuals to come in, put on training events, even family events for really no cost at all. It is a community room. It was intended to be used by the community, and we hope that the community will take advantage of it. It's a beautiful room with a lot of banquet tables. There is an adjoining kitchen, a small kitchen to the south of the room in order to have maybe some small meals or things to eat as they're having their event. We now can take an opportunity to go visit our police department. They have as well new facilities to meet and greet the public, as well as new rooms, offices for their administration and their patrol division, investigative division. This is the reception area in the lobby for our new police department facilities. Here is where our clerks will meet and greet the public to see police officers. We also have our victim advocate offices here as well. On this level, we have the patrol division as well as victim advocate. On the second level, right above us, is the police administration. That's where the chief has his office, the assistant chief, and then we have our investigative division up there as well. Now let's go up to the administration division of the city. That's on the second floor of this new facility. That's where the mayor has his office, as well as finance and planning and zoning. Let's go. We're now on the second floor of the new municipal center, and before we go into administration, I just wanted to share with everyone the beautiful view that we have from this location here of Main Street, the beautiful flowers that we have. This is one of the most impressive views of Main Street and our radius area, our plaza that we have right in front of the city office. We're now in the administrative section of the new city municipal center. This is the area where the mayor has his office. We have all of our HR functions here, finance department. Planning and zoning has a fairly large area. That's where people will get their building permits. Developers will come in to show their development plats. The Planning Commission information is all prepared for their review. And then we have several conference areas up here for meetings that the mayor might have or with our auditors. It's a fairly large area, but it represents very well the business of administration of the city. We appreciate you being with us for this short tour of the new Municipal Center. It's a beautiful center. We hope you have opportunity in the near future to come and visit with us and to talk with the staff. We'd love to meet with you.